Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to the last breath of the Calradian Empire. Now, when we left off in the previous episode, I did not have the translation file downloaded, and everything was not as it should be. So, yes, now I have it, and you'll see what the map looks like after that. It actually looks remarkably better, obviously, because we're actually able to understand things, and it's actually a little bit more clarified, of course. Now, what I have also done is actually decided to head up to try and get the kidnapped girl, but obviously not yet, because I just recruited a couple of recruits, and I'd like to do a little bit of fighting. So, we have 28 against their 14, and this, as you can see, is a lot easier to understand. We can actually see what these guys are called now. Now, I must mention one thing. The lords. Some of the lords and the vassals of the, technically of the Sarranids, but of the new faction, which is the, I think it's Azerai Sultanate or something. I didn't actually take note of that, but point is, the Sarranids vassals, or what were the Sarranids, actually are not correct on the world map. So when you're looking for them, because I was actually doing a task just now to deliver a letter from, I think it was one of the higher up lords to one of the others, it didn't actually show me where the guy was, because it actually said that the guy was in this castle, but he actually, well, while he was in the castle, it actually didn't show his right name. So I thought to myself, oh, where is he? So I spoke to the Sultan, who left the feast, because I obviously couldn't join the feast or anything, so it was a little bit of a shame there, but point is, I couldn't join the feast, so I waited outside. The Sultan came out, I spoke to him, and then I asked him, hey, where's this guy? And then the guy appeared in the castle, but under a different name. He was technically Emir Mundalier, but I was looking for Kadim Rimush. So there is still a couple of little things that are not just right just yet, but, you know, it's still obviously needs 5% extra translation and changes and things like that. So yeah, I'm not going to be too annoyed by that, because it was just a bit confusing, because I thought to myself, oh, am I missing him, or is there some sort of bug here? No, it was just a regular weird thing going on there. But anyway, I think I'm actually going to use this club. Am I? It's got piercing damage. I was hopeful that it actually had blunt damage, but no. Well, I'm going to take everything I can. What I would love to do is to be able to purchase an ironworks, but I don't know whether that's going to happen. So I'm going to try and use this club. It's actually got a terrible reach, though, so I'm going to use it in one of the other slots, and then we're going to see if that's actually going to make a difference. Is this horse any better than what I have? It's actually not. No, it's actually not. So I'm going to just take that. Thank you very much. And yes, it is the Azerai Emirate, in actual fact. Azerai Emirate. And we do have, as you can see from the scroll out here, we're going to see the Oldenburg Empire, which is actually the Rhodoks, technically. And then, of course, we have the Calradian Empire, which is what it should be in the previous episode, not the Swadians. Yeah, not the Swadians. And then we have the Vagia Princedom. And we also have the Ragnar clan, which is, of course, the Nords. And we, of course, also have the Khergit Khanate, which have not changed too much. And then we have the Azerai Emirate, of course. So, I'm going to try and buy an ironworks as fast as I can. Obviously, there haven't been any tournaments in this area, which is kind of a shame. But there is this. It's actually a militia barracks, and I'm actually going to see what I can do here. 4 Azerai citizen levies, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Now, they're always very good, in my opinion. So I'm actually just going to get... Am I going to get some spearmen, or am I going to get some slingers? I think I'll get 10 spearmen and 5 slingers, because, I mean, you never know. The slingers could actually come in handy a little bit. And we're also going to level up me. Yes, me is going to level up. Very good. And let's have a look. What are we going to do? I don't know. Maybe more agility? No. I think, actually, I would like to get more prisoner management, because that's going to make a huge difference to the amount of money that we're able to make. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do 1 in strength and maybe 1 in agility. And then we're going to go for... Probably for archery, because I'd like to use a bow a little bit later on, but I don't know. It depends. Now, let's see. Are we ready to go? Yeah, I think we're ready to make the perilous journey to Quinn. Now, of course, because we are at war against the Calradian Empire, it's actually kind of difficult to make it all the way here. And do bear in mind, because I have, well, installed the translation and the hotfix on top of my previous save game, do bear in mind that they are save game compatible, which is quite nice. The problem with that is that I've already gained the quests from the previous version, so some of those displays are a little bit incorrect, because obviously, you know, not everything is going to be just hunky-dory as soon as you go and upgrade. But that's the thing. We now have found the bandits, because the quest that said, ransomed girl, you're gonna have to find her. Yeah, Quinn is no longer there. It's actually renamed to Tyr. So the village is called Tyr, T-I-R, and obviously that was a little bit confusing as well, but I think that's just to do with the save game incompatibility. Little bit there, a little bit minor issue. But I'm just reporting these things just in case the mod creators actually watch this, and, you know, maybe they can fix it, or I don't even think it really needs fixing, to be honest. But anyway, point is, here, take the money, just set the girl free first. No way, you release the girl first, yes. I have no intention to pay you anything. Yes, there we go. So they have 30, which is actually going to be quite a fun fight. Well, we actually have a couple of ranged units, so we're going to use them a little bit, but obviously... Oh. Okay. I thought to myself, oh, they're not going to be that effective, but apparently they are going to be quite effective. That is weird. That is very weird, but I suppose they are bandits. They're not using any shields, and they have very light armor, so I'm not surprised, really. I'm really not surprised that that is a little bit easier to kill than, obviously, vassal units would be, for example, but yeah. Let's use our club a little bit and see how it does. It's actually not bad. Oh, okay, 6 damage. That's probably not a good example of how good it actually is. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is just that bad. Is it just that bad? It's piercing damage, but I suppose it doesn't actually matter because they're wearing cloth and things like that, so it's actually not necessary, really, to use a piercing weapon against such low-level units, I guess, because as you can see, 75 damage with a cutting weapon. So I'm pretty happy with that, I gotta say. Pretty happy, even though this sword is absolutely terrible, and hopefully we're going to get an upgrade soon. But anyway, hopefully we'll be able to keep the money that we gained from, you know, the ransom and everything. So here we are. Very nice. And we can now go home. Alright, so we arrived back, and the kidnapped girl has already gone back into the town, so that's rather nice. Now we can actually go in and speak to the guild master, and there we go, we have advanced in level, and all the relations, and all the amazing things, and that is just fantastic. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell our loot, and as you can see, I did actually gain a little bit of loot from those bandits. I gained a chipped Nordic sword and a padded shirt with hood, which is actually rather nice. So I no longer need to use that. I'm actually going to sell the spiked club, no longer really needing it. Oh. Apparently this is full. Yes, that is very full, actually. Okay, so let's go over to the horse merchant then and sell some of things to him. There we go. Oh, really? Is that it? Wow, that's kind of measly, isn't it? That's not very good. Okay, well, let's go into the tavern and see if there's a ransom broker, because we do have a whole bunch of prisoners. Oh, there is! Wow, we're getting extremely lucky here. 1,000! Oh! Okay, how much do we actually have? Oh, almost there. Look at that, 3,400. I need 3,500 to buy an ironworks. Okay, so I thought it might be a good idea to actually level up a couple of our units here, just to make sure that we're okay when we go into the next fight. So what are we going to get here? Aserai warriors or Aserai citizen skirmishers? Because obviously these are the citizen levies that we gained from the town. And it would be quite nice to see what they do. So I'm going to get 2 warriors and 1 skirmisher. So obviously these guys become javelin users as well as archers, and these guys become spearmen and regular guards. I'd like very much to have an army composed entirely of mace men and just go around fighting bandit parties consistently, because no doubt it's going to give us huge amounts of prisoners. Because obviously with our newly acquired prisoner management skill, I think that could be very, very lucrative. But anyway, as you can see, we're here at the town, and we're going to increase our agility once more. A little bit more in iron flesh, I think, and we'll get some more in crossbows, archers, and all kinds of things. It doesn't really matter right now. Anyway, let's go for some looters. Yes, come back here, looters. You are terrible. You will succumb to my amazing might. Well, not really, actually, but I do have a better sword, so I suppose that does make a difference. So let's see what we can actually do here. Okay, so these guys, they are gonna be very sorry that they ever wanted to take on Reformist, which is my name, obviously. You know my name, right? Yeah, Reformist, because, you know, in general, I am very, very to and fro. I go to and fro everywhere. And anyway, let's come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's actually not bad. We're actually doing some really nice damage. I like this mod, actually. I like this mod quite a bit. And that's the thing. I think it's because, as I stated in the special feature, in the previous episode, in actual fact, oh, maybe I don't like it so much because I'm going to die now. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, the point is, I think I actually like it quite a lot because it evokes memories and nostalgia of native, and I think that's actually really cool. Now, if I had actually charged in my people, then maybe this would have been a lot less painful. So let's just zoom around a little bit. These spearmen are actually not doing that much to me, which is rather nice, but otherwise, come on, take them out, there we go. That's what we like to see. And yeah, I think we're good. I basically took out the entire enemy army by myself, if you can call it an army, that is, because obviously they're bandits. So yeah, doesn't really work that way. But yeah, anyway, the point is, yes, it gives me a little bit of a feeling of nostalgia there. And to those of you that have been calling for a native series to return, just to herald, you know, just to give Warband a really, really good send-off, that might be happening. That might be a possibility. So if you are one of those people that has requested that in the past, then do not fret. Do not fret. It might happen. There is a very likely possibility of that. And let's just see. Oh, there we go. Yep, they've all left. That's fantastic. So there were 3 of them that actually did give us the opportunity to capture them, which is always nice. And we do get to take... Ooh, very nice. I'm going to take that spear. 39 piercing damage. Take all of that as well. And the shield is worse than what we have. Yeah, there we go. Okay, no gloves, no gloves. I probably need to get some inventory management as well, actually. Maybe I need to get a companion or something, because a companion might actually be kind of nice to have, just to gear out in a couple of things. There was a companion in the tavern, actually, so maybe I should go over there, but the thing is that I want to make 3,500 without spending any money, because that's going to make a huge difference to us actually affording the ironworks. So let's just sell these things here. Okay, that's basically all I can sell to this guy, and we'll go over to the arms merchant. And I'm going to make a terrible joke now, but what about the legs merchant? Yes, I went there. And now everyone is just face-palming. But I had to have it, because it is the last day of 2016 when I'm recording this, and hopefully it's still going to reach you on that day. But anyway, point is, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. And usually I don't take note of these things when I'm recording. I don't know why, but yeah, usually it just slips my mind or something. But Happy New Year to everyone. And yes, hope you've had a good one, or hope you're gonna have a good one if you haven't had a good 2016. Anyway, let's go and see. Are you a ransom broker? Yes. Oh, okay, so yes. Unfortunately, this is not translated, so I have no idea what to select. I guess the top option. There we go. The top option was perfectly fine because he joined us for free. That's fantastic. That's basically all I wanted. I just wanted to have a companion that we could deck out in any gear that we gain. And I think, do I have enough yet? No, I don't. But I do have a couple of prisoners, so I could, in theory, hopefully, find the ransom broker if he's still here. He is not still here. Oh, that's unfortunate. But we do get to talk to the merchant because we did do the merchant's quest in the previous episode. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay, yes, fine. I'll escort you to your partner's house. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so young men with daggers are going to attack us. I can assume that these guys are going to attack us because they're called looter. Yes, exactly. Hello, hello. No, no, you won't be able to kill me. I am Reformist. Thank you very much. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so, yeah, that's actually pretty good. He took a big hit on his face. Do you see that? Wow, a lot of blood. That's okay. I'm sure he's a very hardy fellow, and he's very difficult to kill. Not actually. Apparently got killed by a rock to the face. Well, yeah, well, not killed, but just knocked unconscious, of course. That is hilarious, though. I just gotta say, I always find it funny when NPCs like that go into battle, and then they're just like, "Arr!" And then they just get killed randomly by something really, really small. You know, that's always kind of hilarious to me. Anyway, I can't actually access the map at the moment, so that's kind of unfortunate, but there are a bunch of units remaining. I don't know why they're not coming out of hiding to actually attack us here. You would think that that would be their main goal, to attack us. So, oh, there we go. I think this is the last one. There we go. Is it? Is it the last? Really? There's another one? Okay, apparently there's another one. Wow, I gotta tell you, I've been running around this town for quite a while now, and finally, we have reached the destination of the final amounts of units. Final. Yes, I don't know why I said final, finally. Oh, hilarious. That's just the affliction that I have. That is the affliction I have. I say words multiple times in the same sentence. Actually. Yes. The curse of the Let's Play, I suppose it is, slightly. Oh, the screams! There's actually some unique screams, I think. Anyway, there it is. We finally did it, and we gained another 200 dinars from that, which is actually really nice. Let every villain learn to fear the name Reformist. Yes. Now a couple of my boys have to watch Captain pinned down in a back room. Well, I don't really want to be told what your nighttime activities are. Anyway, there we go. We are now going to speak to the Guildmaster and buy ourselves an ironworks. Unless there's something better. Let's have a look. Profit of this is 195. And profit of this is 132. And a tannery would be 34. That's not very good. And what about a wine press? 160. No, I think an ironworks is probably going to be the best. What about oil? 200. No, the only thing that's going to be better is a weavery and dye works, I think, because I did check that. Yeah, look at that. 536. That would be insane to get right now, but unfortunately, I do not have enough. So ironworks, it will be 172. Oh, wow, it's actually not that good, but I'm going to do it anyway because the ironworks in general is always kind of stable in comparison to the rest. How many tools do they have? They have 400. Oh, wow, they have 3 tools at a cost of 451. That's probably the reason why the ironworks is not going to give us that much, which is actually kind of a shame. But I have 379, which is enough to hold me over until the next week's wages and everything, so that's fantastic. Let's speak to the Guildmaster, see if we can get a task. Oh, deliver some ale, 250 dinars to Kudan. Okay, that seems pretty easy. Why not? Let's go and do that. Where's Kudan? It should be over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, do bear in mind that, wait a minute, where is Kudan? Yeah, okay, so this is also maybe a problem because I am on an old save game. Ah, no, never mind. Kudan is up here. I actually forgot where it was. Ugh, can you believe it? Can you believe me forgetting where it was? Yeah, you probably can, but the point is that I thought it was actually a Khergit town, but apparently not. No, apparently not. So that's perfectly fine. So we are going to... Whoa, we've got a huge amount of ale. Look at that. Huge amounts of ale. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll head onward. Can I... Okay, a little bit of a pathfinding weird thing going on there. Okay, so let's go to Kudan. And the Azerai Emirate is already taking one of the Calradian Empire's fiefs. Hopefully we're going to see a little bit of action going on there as well. I wouldn't mind joining them, actually, as a vassal or something, but I don't really have enough to do that just yet. As you can see, wait a minute, where is my... Ah, auto-loot requires inventory management or looting at rank 2. What? Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing that they put it behind a skill wall. I think that's really cool, because that means, hey, you've got to take this skill to be good at looting. I mean, it seems simple, doesn't it? It seems very simple, but I think that's actually a really cool idea. Okay, so let's have a look. What else is going on here? We need to look at my renown. My renown is 76. That's actually not bad. That is actually not bad at all. And I might be able to join the Aserai Emirate as a vassal sooner rather than later. And maybe we can help them to take over Calradia, so to speak. That might be kind of nice. Because if everyone's using relatively similar units, then I think it could be really, really reminiscent of native, which I really like. Anyway, let's go into tavern. Into tavern. Me go into tavern. Yes. Okay, so sell this. 130 dinars. And we can speak to Svelina, the tavern keeper. Hello. I was told to deliver you 11 units of ale. There we go. And we have advanced level 6, which is fantastic. There we are. Do you want to play a game of dice? Fortune favors me today. Yes, I would like to. Let's do 21 dinars. Okay, roll dice. Okay, 6. I won. Okay. Oh yeah, that was close. Do you want to try again? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'd just like to try it out. That's actually cool. I like that. I like that. Now, is there anything else I can do up here? Are there any companions that I might be able to recruit or something? I'm actually finding that this music that is playing right now reminds me of one of the tracks from Final Fantasy VII, weirdly enough. Is it actually from that? I don't know. I don't think so somehow, but it's kind of reminiscent of that. Anyway, I think I have enough food, so I don't really need to worry about that. Should I go and speak to the guildmaster, maybe get another task there? I think that might be an idea. Ah, there he is. Well, you're in a convenient place, aren't you? Oh, attacked by sea raiders. Oh, okay, yes, track down bandits. The track down bandits quest is always extremely difficult for me, so I probably won't be able to do this, but we're going to take a look and see whether it's possible. Near Kudan. Yes, near Kudan. That's a very wide and broad term, isn't it? Yes, usually it doesn't work out too well for me. So, I'm going to try, but I don't think so somehow. We have some Tundra bandits there that might actually be good to attack. They have warrior priests and hunter priests and things? Oh, I'm a little bit worried about this. I've come to offer you a chance to join my army, so you can actually bribe them if you so desire. But I'm also going to say, no more sacrifices for you, wretch. Yes, 31 against 15. We should be okay. But I really like the unit variety that they have in the mod as well, because they are currently using the actually a really good formula, because as you can obviously tell, there's different, shall we say, environmental bandits. So obviously here you can fight Tundra bandits and you can fight Sea Raiders, and that's basically it as far as I'm aware. And then if you go to Rodok territory, you can fight Mountain bandits and probably some regular looters or something. And then obviously if you are in what was previously Swadian territory, then you're probably going to find the lowest level of bandit, which are just looter parties and, you know, things like that, which is always good, you know, that's absolutely fine. But now that that area is dangerous, like really, really dangerous, because obviously you're technically at war against the Calradian Empire, that means, you know, that you're going to have some difficulties finding lower level bandits. But if you go to Serenade territory, you're going to find desert bandits, and I really like that. I actually have not played native in such a long time that I can't remember whether that was the same case in native, but if it was, then I applaud the mod creators for actually not changing the bandit spawn system at all, because usually, that's the thing, I say usually, but let me just clarify that. Sometimes, maybe more often than not, a mod creator will decide to change the bandit spawns, and usually they'll cut back on them, or they'll make it so that you can't find bandits at all, and I personally find that quite irritating, because it's really difficult to then level up, it's really difficult to grind, and I seem to remember actually all the way back 4 or 5 years ago when I first created the native series, that bandits were my main staple for gaining experience, and that was the whole reason I was able, I think with a max party size of about 60 units, or 70, to gain an army that had about 30 Swadian knights. I was grinding all of that, and it was actually quite nostalgic. Obviously, I don't really like grinding nowadays. I mean, that's the thing. It depends. If the grinding is fun, then I'm perfectly happy to do that. But if the grinding is not fun, then obviously, yeah, I'm not particularly into it that much. But, a V'Gia padded leather tunic. Thank you very much for that. As well as a rather nice saber. But we currently have a pretty nice weapon. This is actually better, though, I think, because it has a little bit more reach, a little bit more speed, and it's only a cutting weapon, which is actually something I much prefer. So I'm going to just take all of that. Thank you. There we are. And that's exactly what I mean, though, because now that I have a little bit more experience with what to do in Mount and Blade in general, I know kind of where to go, and I know kind of what to do in what stage of the game. And back then, I had no idea. So basically, I just stayed in one area and just grind, you know, for infinite amounts of time, which is not great, is it? No, that's not really effective. But knowing where each bandit party is and knowing, hey, this quest takes you here, this quest takes you there, that's actually really, really useful. And I think if I were to do a native series nowadays, I'd probably, I don't know, I'd probably do something similar to what I'm doing right now, which is actually to purchase enterprises, because enterprises are basically the only way that you can really make a good amount of money passively. Because obviously passively is the way to go in most respects, unless you're going to do a tournament. If you're going to do a tournament, then obviously that is a much more active way of making money, but I think enterprises are certainly something that you would want to invest in. And if you're a new player watching this, actually, that is definitely a great way to make good amounts of cash, because if you do the arena, and then you get enough to actually place a couple of bets in the tournament, whichever tournament you may want to do, obviously, then you're going to have a much greater chance of gaining a huge amount of cash, and then, as a result, that cash can then be invested into an enterprise. That seems very, very simple now that I say it, but because Mount and Blade is such a free-form RPG, and it's extremely difficult to actually get started in Mount and Blade, in my opinion at least, because when you first start, you're just like, okay, so, yeah, what do I do now? And that's the thing, that's the beauty as well as the curse of the game, because new players are going to get daunted by that unless they are willing to obviously spend a little bit more time in getting to know the intricacy around it, you know? So, yeah, anyway, hopefully that made sense, because sometimes when I try to explain stuff, it actually does not make sense. So, yeah, terribly sorry if it doesn't. So, let's see, I think we're probably going to do one more battle, and that is going to be against the Sea Raiders. I will drink for your skull. Yes, you will. Yes, you will drink from my skull. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's do this. Let us do it. 13 of them. It's actually rather hilarious. 31, 13, 1, 3, 3, 1. Yeah, exactly. That's cool. Okay, so these guys are going to be extremely heavily armored. So I'm thinking we're probably going to try and use our spear against them a little bit, because piercing damage is obviously going to make a good deal of difference against them. I'm actually going to tell my units to charge in here, just to get them a little bit faster to the front line, because I don't want them to be dawdling too much, because I'd like us to have the higher ground, if possible. Come on now. Yes. Come over here, please. Yes, you are going to be absolutely terrible, aren't you? You're going to take so long. Well, anyway, I'm going to get my spear out. Let's see if I can actually do some damage with it. Oh my. This is, yes, this might actually not work. Oh, it did. It actually did work, and I'm actually doing extremely nice damage with it too. I'm surprised. I am very surprised. Oh yes, this is wonderful. They've kept the native, I think they have kept the native animations? No, wait a minute. These aren't the native animations as far as I'm aware. The native animations are a lot slower. So yeah, I'm very much liking what the mod creators have done with Last Breath of the Calradian Empire. It's really very good. Obviously, with the exception of the 95% translation, once that's done, then that is just a foregone conclusion. You have to play it. Even with the 95% translation, you have to play it. So there is a download link in the description, and you can check that out. And we've taken these guys prisoner because of our mace men. I mean, look at that. Our mace men, that is Amazing. They're only 9 dinars weekly wages. And these Sea Raiders are going to sell for at least a couple hundred. So I am very, very pleased with that. We also have gained a new helm, which gives us 30 to head armor. And there's also a two-handed axe, in case we want to give that to our new companion, for example. And we have some new boots for him as well. So, yeah, we are really doing very well here. Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see more? If you do want to see more, then you know what to do. Hit some buttons and, you know, go and do some things in some sections and things like that. Anyway, Happy New Year once again. Happy New Year. Yes, if I can speak, that would be great. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.